WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, Jarom and Tanner. Let's do it. Jarom and Tanner.
All right, it's another edition of the WCB Podcast, a part of the Hockey Podcast Network, presented by DraftKings. It's Jarom, it's Tanner. What's up, bud?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Okay,
That's
nothing.
Yeah, that's it.
Nothing. We are 16 days when this gets posted, away from playoff hockey. The races are heating up in the East with that last wild card spot seemingly just playing musical chairs at this point right now, between the last wild card spot and the last Metro spot. You got Vegas making moves up the standings in the West. Gonna set us up for some really entertaining first round matchups, and it's going to be fucking fun, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, and then possibly Edmonton plays somebody different other than LA.
Yeah, so give someone else a chance to lose, let's go.
Yeah.
But before we get into NHL talk, let's talk some Blackhawks hockey. 4 games since we last recorded. 2-2, 500 hockey.
It's funny, I feel like ever since the Hawks got eliminated, they've been winning more games.
It is, yeah. It's more relaxed, more maybe it's just because it's have fun out there, which I don't understand why it wasn't doing that from the get-go, because it was not like they everybody knew they weren't gonna be a playoff contender or anything like that. There was no pressure on them in that regard. It's just go out and have fun.
I think a lot of it has to do with the team being fairly young or inexperienced as well. Even with age, it's inexperience.
Yeah.
And finally settling into the roles that they're playing on this team.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. They seem to be having a lot more fun with it too.
Trying different things. And we kind of talked about this before. But it's they're just going out there and trying to build on things to end the season on a high note, give them some confidence going in the off season, and come in fresh next September for training camp and just hopefully make a move. And what we're saying too, it's a lot of these guys, they're fighting for position on this team, other than
just a no contract next year,
right?
Anyone
other than 3 or 4 guys, every spot is available on this team. Bedard, Foligno, Dickinson, Seth Jones, Vlasic,
Mrazek,
Korchinski. Okay, so 7 spots are probably locked in, loaded. That's who's going to be in that position next year. And that leaves, 11 more spots?
13.
Oh, yeah, 13. I was fucking backup goalie, whatever.
I mean, it's still important.
Yeah. So
unless you're talking to Martin Brodeur and he's telling you
70
should be playing 70 games. All right, Martin.
So
guys were skating a lot slower and shooting pucks with 3-pound sticks when you were playing. So,
ooh, I can't see Ovechkin's eyes. Get rid of the tinted visor.
Also, I was thinking about that recently while I was taking a shit, and I was like, at what point is Martin Brodeur looking at the shooter's eyes when they have the puck on their stick? I'm just I never did that. You track the puck.
The thing you're supposed to be stopping?
Yeah. It's just who has the time to look at their eyes and be they're going to probably go here. And then look back down at the puck. I don't know. It didn't make any sense.
I don't know. Brodeur's just built different, man.
Yeah, I guess so.
He keeps one eye on the shooter's eye and one eye on the puck, and when you can't see the eye, it just throws him off completely.
Must be it.
Must be it. But yeah, so Hawks 4 games. First one was probably the most fun I've had watching a Hawks game. It was entertaining. The team was playing great. And there's no Chris Foster's on the broadcast.
Oh yeah, what a miracle that was.
This was no doubt our Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final for the Blackhawks this year.
Just the tone of voice between Pang and Weidman you could just tell it was like so different.
Darren Payne sounded like it was his first year broadcasting it. Like he was so happy, having fun, cracking jokes with Weidman. There wasn't that awkward laugh and then just awkward pause for 30 seconds while he tries to figure out what the hell Voster's just said. Weidman is so good.
Yeah.
I don't know, unless he's got the preference of staying on radio. I don't understand why he was not considered for that role when Pat Foley retired.
Yeah, I wish they would reconsider. Just because even just the things that he was saying, right? Like just his verbiage during just the regular play. I was like, yeah, man, fuck, that's good. Good stuff.
Actually,
really, I was like, good descriptions.
Actually calling out what's going on and not just saying players' names nonstop.
Yeah.
It was
Bedard, Khrushchev, shot. All right.
Thanks, it was just a night and day difference in the broadcast, and I enjoyed watching it. This is probably the first Hawks game that I watched the entire thing from pregame to end of the final horn kind of thing. Like before, I was just tuning in and out kind of stuff, but this game, I enjoyed watching it. It felt like an important game, and that's just the broadcast part of it. Speaking of this is a great game too. The Hawks start off on a power play and just absolutely outwork the Flames. And it was one of those moments that I'm watching them, the way they're working the puck back and forth, getting shot after shot on it. And I'm like, they deserve a goal. This doesn't go in. If they do not get a goal in this power play, they're fucked this game. And sure enough, Seth Jones puts his 7th goal of the season away. It was a nice little clap on too, if I remember.
He's been finding the back of the net so much recently.
It
was his 3rd goal in 2 games too.
Yeah, so he's been feeling it. Khrushchev, Bedard with the assist down there. Yeah, man, those guys are just starting to feel it, and
the movement on the power play has looked so much better.
And what has changed is Seth Jones hasn't been looking off Bedard. He's been using Bedard, and Bedard's just finding him again, and getting back to him and getting pucks on that. And the results are happening. How many power play goals has this team scored over the last few weeks? Maybe even the month of March. I feel like their power play has just gone up significantly.
Find out. Let's see. I'll take a look into it. But yeah, this game, other than that one, plenty of stuff to talk, to be pretty excited about too. Even after that, you have a line that was working pretty great, I think, until they got to split them up a little bit. But Dickinson, Anderson, and then Slaggert.
Yeah.
They produced this game too, which was really nice.
Big high energy line. I just love that the Jason Dickinson line, whoever it is, whether it's Anderson, whether it's Blackwell, it's always high energy. Go out there, shit's gonna happen when they're out there, and it's just been fun to watch. The
Hawks, since March 1st, their power play was going at 27.1%, and that's good. That's as good as Edmonton in that time frame.
Yeah, so they are, whatever they're doing, they're feeling it, they're enjoying it, and it's working. But yeah, talking about the Jason Dickinson line, they both I lost my train of thought there for a second. Shit.
Well, Dickinson gets on the board twice with just great puck movement. And it's pretty funny too, because during this game, I think it might have been on the penalty kill. It was when they dumped it down and Slaggert went and chased after the puck, misplay by Markstrom, and then he had a wide open net, and I think Mackenzie Weegar ends up blocking the shot. And then not too much later in the game, Slaggert gets it wide open in front of the net and it just rings it off the crossbar. Disallowed goal.
What sucks is that they celebrated, they had everything going like it was a good goal, and I'm just like, God damn. But you know what?
He had so much family there too.
He Man, he was like he went through the ringer, but you know what? He was a great sport about it. He was making jokes about it after the game, and we were talking about it in our group chat that it's like you try not to compare this to like the Cup era team, but listening to him talk and like have fun out there, like you definitely get like Patrick Sharp, Adam Burish, like those
Yeah.
guys that know how to like relax the team and be fun and just big locker room guy.
Yeah,
Um,
he was mentioning he was like getting a lot of texts from like his old Notre Dame teammates, just like going at him for like missing the wide open net. It was just too funny. But yeah, he had a great game. That line had a great game. Um, Everybody was looking good, and you can tell Mrazek was pissed when they ended up scoring because he wanted Richardson to like challenge it.
yeah,
And I think Richardson he was like, no, because like if we challenge it and then they get a power play immediately after that, like and they end up scoring, like the
you're looking
game's
at
much tighter.
3-2.
There he was
Yeah.
just kind of like let it go, and then I think Mrazek was like, my fucking shutout. He had 38 saves, and man, just the one that squeaked through.
Well, real quick too, before you blow past it, Slaggert
Yeah.
first 2 career points
Yes.
and as well. So 2 assists.
Could have been a 4-point game for him with 2 goals, 2
4-point
assists.
game.
Ended
Yeah.
with 2 assists.
Jason Dickinson continues his stellar season with his first career 20 goal season.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy thinking about this. I know this is one game, but it's like there's a lot of good that's coming out of this season for the Hawks, despite
Yeah.
it being such a piss poor record wise, like
Yeah.
the little things.
I still think it's like so impressive that Dickinson's hit over 20. Well, I mean, he's at 20 this game, but only 2 have come on the power play the entire season. So he's just like killing it, even strength. He gets a lot of penalty kill time, and he's still finding the back of the net.
He has a couple shorties too, doesn't he?
No,
I'm mixing
no,
things up.
he has no shorthanded goals in his career.
Okay, really?
He's
Oh,
got
it's him and
shorthanded
Lafferty.
assist.
It was
Yeah,
him and
he
Lafferty.
assisted
Yeah,
Lafferty last year like 4 times, but no shorties for him. I think I'm just looking at his stats too. One of the coolest things here, other than the fact that he's got 21 goals, his turnaround into plus minus. Even though plus minus is kind of like a whatever stat, he went from
yeah.
minus 29 last year to a plus 6 this year.
He's sneaky underrated, man.
Yeah, man.
Like I know people are like we're laughing that they re-sign him for what 2 years, 4 million.
Yeah, right
But
around
it's
there.
but it's like you know what,
4.25.
4.25. Like, but we was like, A, we had to get to the cap floor, and B, I don't know, like that could potentially be a good steal.
I think it is just because like I was saying, man, like he's scoring 20 goals and he's not getting very much power play time. Still putting up 20. He's getting a lot of defensive responsibilities against top lines. He's getting a lot of penalty kill time. I think he's a fantastic player. Plus he's huge and
Yeah.
fast. He's big, he's fast. He fucking loves shooting short side. It's great. He goes short side high like all the time. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, unbelievable.
You see him coming down 2-on-1. He's gonna toe it in and then rip it top shelf like short side. I get so excited for it.
One of the best. Yeah, and it's funny too. I'm looking at real quick. Last thing on this game, I'm looking at the shots on goal per period. Hawks just dominated the first period, 15-5, and then 14-4 Calgary in the second, and then 20-8 in the third for Calgary. So, hey, they took advantage of the first period, and that's all they needed.
Yeah, and then they're like very trusting in Mrazek.
Yeah,
He has games like this every once in a while where you're just like, God damn. And this is what we were talking about before. Like he has plenty of games where as long as the Hawks score like 3 goals, which doesn't happen often, they would win the game. And this is one of those instances where they put in 3, Mrazek has a fantastic game, and they come away with the dub.
Yeah. So, moving on to on Thursday, they took a trip up to Ottawa to kick off a 3-game road trip. Hawks were looking for their first 3-game win streak of the season, which is kind of crazy that they haven't hit that yet. But it also isn't. It's just weird that they haven't.
Yeah.
Ottawa team down bad. It felt like, okay, here we go. We're going to get it. And game starts off great in the Hawks' favor. Power play almost instantly, like 9 seconds in. And then the shorthanded goal scores. Shorthanded goal for Ottawa. And then they follow up with another goal about 6 minutes later. And that was it.
Yep.
That was it. That was the game.
So frustrating.
Hawks managed only to put 19 shots on goal in this one. Just piss poor effort. Like, that was a really bad game. It's the 12th shutout of the season. It's the 12th time the Hawks have been shut out this season, and I got really nervous that the Hawks were on verge of a record there.
Yeah, they're league leading, though. League leading.
Yeah, they are league leading.
Games being shut out.
Luckily, the record is 20 games or 20 times being shut out in a season. That was the 1927, 1928 Chicago Blackhawks. So the Hawks had to get shut out the last 9 games of the season to beat that record. So I think we were safe.
Yeah.
Classic former Blackhawks, doing well. Anton Forsberg gets the shutout, his second of the season. Yeah, other than that, I mean, I really got nothing much to say about this one. There really isn't much to talk about at all.
Yeah, it was a game.
60 minutes.
Mrazek played well. Not gonna another situation just like the last game. He keeps you in the game, and if you put in 3, you're gonna win, and they didn't.
They didn't even get one. So then Hawks make a trip to Philadelphia on Saturday, take on the Flyers. And this is my favorite part about being eliminated from playoff contention is playing against teams that are bubble playoff. And you have the opportunity to just throw a huge wrench in their playoff hopes.
Yeah.
Just be spoilers. Flyers. Yeah, the spoilers. Flyers have been struggling. They shouldn't even have been in the, on paper, they probably shouldn't even be considered a playoff team or anywhere near that, but they've somehow managed to do it this year. And the Hawks just said, fuck you. We're going to keep you from going. We're going to make it harder for you to go to the playoffs. And they just decimated the Flyers in this one.
Yeah. And this one got real chippy too, which was kind of funny.
Little Broad Street bullies.
Yeah. Lucas Reichel scoring a goal in the first minute or 2 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, first 2 minutes. His first since December 19th, snapping a 26-game goal drought. He also picked up a primary assist later on too. But yeah, he has looked pretty good in my opinion since he's called back. He's been called back up.
Oh yeah.
Again, though, it wasn't really hard to look better. I mean, he really wasn't doing much to begin with, but
I think having Athanasiou on his line now too has been a little bit more beneficial to him. Was it during this game that I think this is the one that they switched it up and they got Dickinson on Bedard's line.
Yes.
With Kurashev and then Reichel. No, it was Reichel, Athanasiou, and Kurashev, I thought. I don't know, maybe I wasn't.
No, it was Kurashev, Bedard, and Dickinson.
And then Athanasiou. Oh, Joey Anderson. That's right. Yeah. Joey Anderson with Athanasiou and Reichel. That's right. They split up the Anderson and Dickinson.
Yeah, moved around a little bit. Kurashev picks up his 16th of the season with assist from Bedard. Vlasic, the lone goal for the Flyers came in 17 seconds into the second period. It was just fuck, here we go. Classic. I mean, how many times have the Hawks let up a goal in the first minute or the last minute of a period? I feel like that's just the vintage Chicago Blackhawk hockey there. Even back in
yeah, especially because in the broadcast they're talking about, hey, they have to come out hard, start this put them away this period, and then immediately Forrester scores and Pang's well, that's not what it's not what we needed, but luckily the Hawks hung on, put some more in the net.
Yeah, after that,
Bomb had a fantastic game too.
Yeah, he is. I wish he can find consistency.
The eye test is just he's an ugly play style, And then, I mean, it just works sometimes. And this is one of those games that worked.
Kind of reminds me, like, I know you're gonna like say no to this, but like when Crawford first came up, he looked just like a deer in headlights in net, where it's like I felt like he just like was one of those goalies that just kind of threw himself at the puck and hoped to make a save. And I know he got better with that, like as he went on, but it was just like watching Crawford, like young Crawford. I'm just like, oh man, this guy does not look like a goalie.
No, the thing that pissed me off, like when Crawford first started, was like he would make the save, and then like if there was a rebound and a wide open net, he would just like watch it and just watch it go in, and not like do like a desperation attempt or anything. And I was just like, what the fuck is he doing? Like this is so bad. And then he just became so solid that like those chances just like stopped happening. So I was like, whatever. Like he's just it's just the shot comes in and he's either putting it into the corner or completely absorbing it. And so you didn't have to worry about him having to make a desperation save because he didn't need to. But yeah, I don't know if Soderblom will get to that level, but
no, I don't think he will either. But like, it kind of reminds. I was just saying, like, it just kind of reminds me of the same, where it's like you watch and it's like, oh, this is so ugly, but it works sometimes.
But yeah, I mean, I honestly don't think he's had like that bad of a season because there's plenty of games where the Hawks literally just do not score. Like when he's played, this is one of those games where they actually put the puck in the back of the net, so he gets the dub.
The thing with him though, too, it's like he doesn't have bad games. He doesn't have that many bad games, but when he does have a bad game, it is so bad and noticeable that it just cancels out every other, like, yeah, you lost, but you know what? It was a solid performance.
Yes. And like his stats don't look good because he has a few too many of those really bad games for not playing as many, right? And it's funny because this is his first win outside of playing Arizona or Toronto as well.
Yeah, but hey, at least we know he can win against teams other than Arizona and Toronto. So if that's a positive you take out of this, there it is. Blackhawks power play continues. Foligno gets a power play goal. This is from Kurashev and Tyler Johnson. Joey Anderson picks up his fourth with the assist from Reichel. Mackenzie Entwistle will pick up his fifth from Joey Anderson and Kaiser. Hawks win 5-1 on this one. Kurashev just did not want the month of March to come to an end. He picked up 17 points in the month of March with 7 goals, 10 assists. He had 6 multi-point games this past month, and he just continues to add on to a career season. He's at the 50-point mark now. I believe that came on yesterday's game against the Islanders, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, he's been one of those players that it's like, what do we have in him? Is he somebody worth keeping around? Is it time to cut the cord? And granted, it took playing with a generational talent, Bedard, to really get him going. But I think he's really earned a spot on this team right now as a top 6 player.
Yeah. I feel like the future for him is still probably similar to like a Victor Stahlberg.
Mm-hmm.
Like a good skill guy. But I don't know. We'll see. If he can continue to build on each season like he did this year, then that's great. Like hitting his stride now, because sometimes it just takes a little while for guys to like kind of put it all together. Plus, like getting the chances that he's finally getting now that like the team doesn't have like a DeBrincat or it doesn't have like a Patrick Kane.
Yeah. I mean,
but it's good. It's good to see that he's like burying the puck. It's good. Love it.
His total ice time on ice this season average is 1904. Last year was his highest at 1725. 16 goals, 34 assists. His career high. I mean, last year was his career highest for everything else. 9 goals, 16 assists. So he doubled his points already.
Yeah, he can possibly double each category. Because he's already doubled his assists, more than doubled that. If he gets 2 more goals, he doubles his goals too.
Yeah, and he's in the running for the green jacket with the
he's almost doubled his plus minus.
Like, let's go. But yeah, and he's only 24, which is another thing too. So he's still young. Yeah, if he ends up being like a middle 6 type of player for this team, I don't hate that. If he ends up being Bedard's winger, that go-to winger, I don't hate that either. It's just how it's gonna fall. How it falls is let it fall.
Yep.
All right, last game on the recap here. The trip to the island to take the Islanders on the island or in the island. What do you say?
I say on the island.
That's what I think too. Okay. In Long Island? No, it's on Long Island. You're on an island.
Yeah.
So, Hawks look to continue to play the role of spoiler with the Islanders, who, you know what, they're right there in the wild card, and it's just a shame that there was nothing that they could have done to help boost their lineup. You know, at like the thing called like the trade deadline.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin the chemistry though that you've
you
built.
make a move or two. But no, you got
except for the fact that you also changed your coach mid-season. But don't ruin the chemistry with a trade.
I think it was like 4 straight trade deadlines that Lou Lamoriello hasn't made a move.
Something like that.
And he also doesn't make a signing in free agency until like fucking August. Like, if this team misses the playoffs again, like, he's got to be in the hot seat, right? Like, for just not doing what needs to be done. I
would say yeah, but I don't know. Islanders just do weird shit.
Yeah. So, Hawks go ahead in the first period in this one with a absolute filthy sauce pass from Connor Bedard to Jason Dickinson. But what also gets missed on this was it Kurashev or Dickinson with just a classic bank pass off the boards to get it up to Bedard. Kurashev, yeah.
Yeah.
Most underrated play in hockey. I'm sorry. I love a good bank pass.
Yeah.
Nice little how you do. Spring the guy going. There you go. 2-1. Dickinson puts up his 21st of the season. Kurashev.
Oh, never mind. It was Dickinson.
Dickinson to Kurashev?
Because Kurashev gave it to Dickinson. I'm looking at the replay. Okay. And then Dickinson throws it off the board to Bedard and then flies up the other side of the ice and receives the puck back. A little give and go off the board. Pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. And then after that is when I tuned out of the game. I was out, so I missed the last 2 periods. So, Tanner, if you watched it, take it away.
I mean, it was a lot of Matt Barzal fucking was all over the place this game. And every time he had a chance, Mrazek had an answer for him. And the Hawks kind of fluttered around the offensive zone. Like, they only got 19 shots. Again, they just had 19 shots against Ottawa.
Yeah.
The disappointing thing is, like, Mrazek had such a good game, made so many fantastic saves, and then Horvat gets a power play goal because the Hawks struggled to clear the puck so much in the latter half of the game, and that was one of the situations that they didn't clear it to. And it's frustrating because the Islanders only had 5 shots in the third period, and I think that the 2 goals came on like the first 3 shots in that period. And that's what put them away. And it sucks. But whatever. The Hawks don't get a point, and that's okay because they stay where they are in the standings. The Sharks, I don't even know if they're playing hockey anymore.
Like, that is like the most like sad but true statement, and it's just so fucking funny to me. Holy shit. The only other thing too I forgot to talk about from the first period of this game was I was very hard on Tenorti against was it LA that they went 11-7? What game did they go? No, the Ducks. It was the Ducks that Tenorti played super fucking soft.
Yeah.
Then he laid down a fucking massive hit.
On Peugeot.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
God damn.
And he also fought Matt Martin.
Why don't you do that all the fucking time? You're big
enough.
The other
thing too, isn't this his 200th game played?
Yep.
Which is pretty funny considering he was drafted in 2010 and he was a first rounder, 22nd overall.
Yeah, I just
And his 90th game, I want to say, with the Hawks.
Let's see. Tenorti.
Jared.
So he has played. Oh, fucking! They don't break it down like this.
What?
I was looking on the NHL website.
Oh, like totals for each team. So that was his 91st for the Hawks. Yeah. So yeah, 91st for the Hawks. 200 games played in the NHL.
Played 200 games in the NHL, and he's played for 6 teams.
Yep. Yep.
It's going to be 7 next year, so.
Maybe. It could just end at 6. You never know.
Well, regardless, he's not playing again for the Hawks next year. It's just.
Well, yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
The Hawks don't need to have another left-handed defenseman. They need right-handed defensemen right now.
It is time to start working in the younger players.
Yes. And now that, like, after this game, I just want to bring up the fact that ever since Wyatt Kaiser has come back up, he has been, I think, pretty phenomenal defensively.
He has been so good.
Yes. He's done a lot of really good shit in the defensive zone. And then, like at the beginning of the year too, it kind of slowed down a bit, but he is showing the confidence on bringing the puck in through the neutral zone, getting it deep.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, yes, like continue to be like the flying under the radar defenseman that is just going to be just solid as shit.
The Jomerson.
Yeah. Please. Because right now, over the past week, the time on ice, Seth Jones, obviously number 1, Vlasic number 2, Korchinski number 3 in terms of defensemen, because Bedard's up there too, and then Kaiser 4. So, I mean, 3 guys that are 22 and under in your top 4 minutes on defensemen.
Dude, you bring in one more like solid veteran. And then you give Vlasic, Jones, Connor Murphy.
I forgot about Connor Murphy.
Murphy, Korchinski.
Well, here's the
Kaiser,
thing too. So if Murphy comes back next year, and you have Seth Jones, and if the Hawks get 2, and they can go and get that Levshunov kid who's a right-handed defenseman, and you can go Vlasic, Korchinski, Kaiser on the left, Jones, Murphy, and Levshunov on the right. I like the way that looks.
Would that kid make the jump, you think, right away?
This team's not that good. He could. I mean, he might stay another year at Michigan State.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think it would be,
It doesn't matter. If he doesn't, then go out and get another right-handed defenseman, or maybe Crevier gets some more ice time too. Or Ethan Del Mastro comes up because he played some right side, or like Nolan Allen also played some right side too. I don't know.
I still think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be more of a Zaitsev Tenori type guy that comes in that they're not gonna play them every single game. They'll get a good chunk, but then they're gonna rotate the younger guys into that 6th spot. You know, at least I think that's how they should be. Like if you were really considering, like, I think next season is going to be an important season in terms of where this rebuild is.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to start testing out certain players in our system to see how well they mesh and how well they fit for this team going forward. So I think we're going to see a lot of young players next year.
Yeah. Honestly, I was just thinking about this because I forgot, but Zaitsev's currently hurt. I wouldn't mind bringing Zaitsev back because when he does play, he's pretty noticeable as like making solid plays. And he's an even player right now too. After his playing 36 games, averaging 15 minutes time on ice. Obviously, like, you're not going to pay him 4.5.
Exactly.
I don't think he comes back, but like I wouldn't mind it.
But here's the thing too. It's like, where is he going to go? Unless he's going to go to a playoff team and take league minimum as a 7th defenseman, you know? Like,
I'm sure there's other teams that could use just a right-handed defenseman that are so vacant on the right side that you can probably get like a 2 or 3 line.
We know hockey games move fast, but with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, you can score faster than anything happening on the ice. This week, new customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app with code THPN. New customers bet just $5 on the NHL and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code THPN. The crown is yours. gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-878-97777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino Resort in Kansas. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours of issuance. See dkng.com/hockey for eligible and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gambling resources. NHL and NHL Shield are registered trademarks of the National Hockey League. Copyright NHL 2024. All rights reserved.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we still get to use that Ottawa second rounder this year, or is it? No, third rounder. Wait, what was it?
Third round.
No, that's not it. What's the fucking? Was it last year? It might have been last year that we had the second rounder.
Oh no, the third rounder this year is from the DeBrincat.
Because we got 3 picks for it. Where the hell? There he is. Zaitsev, trade history. Trade history. The second rounder last year, it was Roman Kantsarov, and then a fourth rounder in 2026. So, what a haul for nothing
To take him off the books.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good to me.
That's so funny because this contract that he has. Do you know how long the contract was?
It's like 4 years.
7.
No shit.
7 years, modified no trade clause, 4.5. Guess who signed it?
Who?
Just talked about him.
We just talked about him.
Yeah, Lou Lamoriello, baby.
Oh no shit, really?
In Toronto. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Forgot he played in Toronto.
Yep. And they got traded to Ottawa for like Cody Ceci. Well, so here I'll show you. I'll tell you the trade now since we're talking about it. But it's pretty funny because we had Zaitsev plus 2 picks for nothing. But it was Zaitsev, Connor Brown, and then Michael Carcone for Cody Ceci, Ben Harper, Aaron Lachuk, and then a 3rd round pick from Columbus, which ended up getting traded. I'm assuming that just got traded because that ended up being Alex Laferriere in LA.
No shit. Dude,
Yeah.
I love trade trees.
Yes. They're pretty
So
fun.
much fun. All right, 3 stars of the week.
Oh yeah.
4
3
games.
stars.
4 games played.
What do you think? Holy shit, Bedard had 17 shots in the 4 games.
Yeah.
No goals.
And
but
no
17
goals.
shots.
Not helping that shooting percentage.
It's all right.
I am torn right now. I think Joey Anderson, 3rd star.
Okay.
With 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points. Jason Dickinson, 2nd star.
Okay.
And then Kershaw, 1st star.
Sure. Damn. The goaltending too. Soderblom, 1 game, 1 win, 9.68 save percentage, 1 goal against average. Mrazek, 3 games. This is what is driving me crazy. So 3 games, 1-2, 9.51 save percentage, 1.71 goals against average. But 1-2 is the like you get those stats from your goalie. He's 3-0.
Yeah.
Not on this team though. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's a perfect week right there. That's a perfect 4 games with those goalie stats on a decent team.
That is just so heartbreaking to look at for him. Because goddamn, man, a 9.51 and a 1.71. Like I think the last time saw stats like that with like a losing record was the first year that Vegas was in the playoffs and they swept LA, and like Jonathan Quick went 0-4 with like a 9.68 and like a 1.21 goals against average. It was just like that's the type of shit.
Yeah, that was insane. insane. Oh man, that was such a good series.
Yeah, it was. I can't believe it. Their combined save percentage is probably like high nine, like around 958 or so, and like a 1.4, 1.5 goals against average. But 2-2 is the record for the week for the Hawks
2-2.
because they can't score more than fucking 2 goals. That's all they had to do on average. On average, this week was scored 2 goals to win or get a point. Oh my god, it's so funny.
All right, Hawks play twice this week between now and the next time we record. Saturday against the Dallas Stars at the United Center, and then Sunday, Minnesota, at the United Center. That's also going to be the animated kids game.
Oh, so we get Weideman back on the horn, right?
Yeah, we get Weidman for the adults, and then make the kids suffer. You know, they got plenty of time to realize, you know, what's a good bet and
Wait,
bad.
which one is that? That's Saturday or Sunday?
Oh no,
Sorry.
shit, that's this Saturday. That's Saturday. Sorry, it was against Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah, so 2:30 game on that one. Both 2:30. So nice early games next week. No excuses not to watch.
Yeah.
Couple quick notes here. Let's go through it. What do you think about Bedard playing wing?
It's fine, I guess. I mean, whatever works is great. I would prefer he played center because, like, the best players, like if you have your best player should play center. Like if they're capable of playing center, I think it's just going to take time and like a lot of practice to get those draws down, which is fine because he's 18 years old. I don't think Sidney Crosby did very well at the dot at 18 either, and now he's like incredible.
Yeah. If they want to keep him at wing for the rest of the season, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And then just let him. That's the one thing he's got to work on.
If you have Jason Dickinson winning faceoffs, the Hawks are going to be doing a lot better because they're going to have possession.
Right.
And that matters a lot more than finishing the season out with Bedard trying to take faceoffs and the Hawks playing a lot of defensive hockey in the beginning.
Yeah. Speaking of Bedard, won his 3rd Rookie of the Month for the month of March. And I still don't know how there's anybody debating that he is not going to win the Calder this year.
Yeah.
Like, it is just absolutely the most ridiculous thing. Oh, he's a minus 39. He doesn't deserve it. Fuck all the way off. All right. Blackhawks made a signing today. Nick Lardis to his entry-level 3-year deal. He was the 3rd round pick last year in the draft, and it was
3rd round possible steal last year in the draft.
Possible steal. Everybody was talking about how it might have been the steal of the draft. A couple people covering the draft were like, "Holy crap, he was still available." When the Hawks picked it, so that's got to make you feel good. He had 50 points in 37 games this year. He missed some time too, didn't he?
No, because that was Savoy.
Oh, Savoy, yeah, sorry.
Here, real quick, I just want to point this out. McDavid, his faceoff percentage was only 41% at 18, and Bedard's at like 39. And McDavid's around like 51 now, so like that's fine. That's pretty. I mean, it's a little bit above average, right? Because you want to win at least half your faceoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with Bedard being the hockey freak he is, he'll probably spend this entire offseason just doing faceoffs.
That's the one thing he needs to work on. Everything else is fine. You're good, dude. Yeah. Don't do anything different. You're fine. You can score. You can pass. You can skate. All you gotta do is work on the faceoff.
Yeah.
Give Taser a call.
Yeah, honestly, like bring him in, bring him back.
If he's trying to really make a comeback next season, working with Bedard in the offseason is a win-win right there.
Foligno and Taves.
I wish he would
see
come back.
Who gets the C? Like you give Taves the C back?
No, he won't come back.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
He's not coming back.
If he comes back as a coach, face-off coach.
I don't know. I still think that there's some weird tension there.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So also Rockford clinched a playoff spot in the AHL the other night.
Yeah, baby.
Cole Gutman won Player of the Month for the AHL with 11 goals, 11 assists for 22 points. If that guy can come up and be like a nice, solid bottom six spark plug, look the fuck out.
Yeah. Him, Slaggert together.
Oh,
Like Hagel 2.1, Hagel 2.2.
oh God, that's some crazy fucking hockey right there. Let's go.
If Nick Lardis also is, pretty decent player, hey, it's a lot to be excited about. I mean,
There's a
it's
lot.
it's it's like my favorite type of players, right? Like those guys that aren't expected to like be lights out, but they go out there and they go balls out every game, and they're very noticeable, crashing the boards, mucking up in front of the net.
It's the underdog.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely love it. And I was going to say this for the next thing we're going to talk about real quick, but if you aren't excited about the future of Chicago Blackhawk hockey, you need to wake the fuck up because we are in for a great, great future with this team. The way this is being built up through the draft, and then all the money we have that we can go and get those extra pieces that we don't have in our system right now to add to it. Like we are set up for success, and I don't know. Hopefully it's the cup era all over again, but on steroids.
yeah, and like signing the RFAs to their to like
The contract we were supposed to be signing.
giving them an offer sheet, or not an offer sheet, qualifying your RFAs before the deadline so that you don't have to overpay them in free agency. It would be a great thing to do as well.
Yeah. Last note too. Frank Nazar. Apparently, we've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Is it Nazar?
That's what they've been saying it like on the
on the broadcast.
Yeah, so I don't know. Either Nazar or Nazar. Who knows?
Frankie
going to the Frozen Four. Absolute filthy pass in the game against Michigan State to pretty much see. I think it was the second goal of 2 in like 12 seconds. Like to go up 3-1 or something like that.
I think it was to go up 4-2.
Something like that. Like it was like it was a 12-second span for 2 goals. And then I always feel bad because I completely forget about the other guys because I just talk about Nazar and Oliver Moore and Renzel. They had 2 other players playing in the tournament as well.
Yeah.
You have Ryan Green at BU and then Aiden Thompson from Denver. They're all going to be in the final Frozen Four as well. That's going to be fun to watch. And I think those are going to be on either ESPN or ESPN2. They are April 11th is the Frozen Four games. And then April 13th is the national championship. And the Hawks are guaranteed to have at least one prospect.
Oh, shit. They have nothing going on until then?
Yeah.
Wow. It's like over a week. That's crazy.
Yeah. Man, this kid's got to go back to school. They got to do some learning,
Yeah, I guess they got finals.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, I don't know. What else? You got anything else for Hawks?
No.
All right. Real quick, let's go through our NHL topics here. We'll do kind of like rapid fire style. Austin Matthews picked up his 60th goal, then his 61st, and now his 62nd. He's got 8 games left. Does he get 70?
I forgot who he's playing, but yeah, it's possible.
He's got Detroit, New Jersey twice.
Yeah, he gets Montreal, it. That's it. Yeah. He gets it.
And Toronto and Florida, or Tampa and Florida.
Yeah, he'll probably get 2 hat tricks and then a 2-goal game against those 2 teams.
Also going for milestone points in the season, McDavid at 97 assists. He is looking to become just the 4th player in NHL history to hit 100 or more assists. It's been done 13 times. Bobby Orr, Mario Lemieux, and then Wayne Gretzky 11 times.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
That's so dumb.
It's so
stupid.
Do you think Gretzky would be Gretzky in this era?
No, not so much. Just because the goaltending is so much better, you can't score on a half clapper on the ice from the top of the circle with no one in front of the net.
Yeah.
Like it's like those goals are so weak. The goalie's just like throwing a leg out, and then like his stick also like kind of goes up in the air, and he's trying to like actually kick the puck with like
like
his heel.
that's my favorite one. Just it's like arms down, and you just see the goalie like kicking at it.
Yeah.
No, that's it. Other impressive streaks going on. Crosby, 19 straight seasons, averaging a point per game.
Yep. 19 consecutive seasons.
Fucking insane.
And still don't know how much better it could have been.
Yeah. God, it sucks. And I know last time we talked, we said that we got a lot of hate about it, saying like Crosby's so good, and it's like you're sitting there saying like it could have been better, and it's like yeah, it could have been better.
It could
Like,
it could have been better.
Could have been better. Not taking away from what Crosby's done. We're saying he's done amazing, and then
he got robbed of like a season and a half.
Yeah, like it's insane at how much better he could have been. His numbers, like it's such a shame. Jeff Skinner.
Yep.
1,000
Skin
games
Daddy.
played.
Skin Daddy. Mr. Skin. Jeff Skinner. 1,000 games played, baby. No playoffs.
First player in NHL history to reach that achievement.
Is it really?
Yep.
So was it Hal Gill just didn't win a playoff game for a long time?
That I'm not sure.
Because didn't it take him like a super long time to make it to the playoffs too, or something? Or maybe he just didn't hit 1,000 games. It was just
Hal Gill played 1,100 games.
Yeah.
Where's his playoffs? Does he not? Maybe
he hit the playoffs in when he was 30. No, wait, sorry. That's not playoffs. Where the hell is this playoffs?
Are you looking at the same thing on Hockey Reference?
Yeah. Da-na-na-na. Where is it? Where is it? There it is, playoffs. He was in the playoffs when he was it just
22? Yeah, so
I don't know what the stat was for him, but it was like some weird one. But
I mean,
finally he won.
Clearly played in a
33
win because the first season.
What was the weird thing with Hal Gill that like I don't fucking know. Weird Hal Gill stat. I got nothing. I could have sworn there was some like sort of weird thing with Hal Gill, and then when he finally like made it all the way and won the cup, who knows? Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Who knows? Who knows out there?
Who knows? Yeah. Now I kind of want him to finish his career with no playoff games.
I don't. I feel like Jeff Skinner's pretty funny. Like since it came out that like they did like what was it between two stalls?
Yeah.
And he's just like just like this awkward thing. It's like I bet he's pretty funny. Also, just like how wild his stats are, where he goes from like being a point per game to being like a 40-point guy, and then like the next season he's at like 40 goals. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. He makes no sense, and he picked the right time though to get that $9 million contract.
Yeah, what's he doing this year? 24 goals, 21. Yeah, 45 points. Last year 82 points. This year 45. Jeez. So funny.
All right, and
I don't get it.
Last thing here, then we'll wrap it up. The playoff battle here is getting good. We've had some teams clinch playoff spots: Boston, Florida, New York, Carolina, Dallas, Colorado, and Vancouver. Vancouver will be hosting their first playoff series since the 2014-2015 season.
Dang, 9 years.
Yeah. The East wild card battle is just going fucking off right now. Tampa Bay is locked in that first spot. That's gonna happen. They might even they won't be able to jump out of that. They're in the first wild card spot. Then you got Washington currently sitting there with 82 points, minus 35 goal differential. You got the Red Wings right behind them, 82 points as well. Then you have the Islanders at 81 points, Pittsburgh 79 points, Buffalo 77 points, and New Jersey 76 points. Buffalo and New Jersey is a stretch. Pittsburgh, weirder things have happened. Philly is got 83 points sitting in that last Metro spot, and the way they're playing could miss all completely.
Yeah, Money Puck right now has Philly at 61.9% making the playoffs, Washington at 54.8%, and Detroit at 42.8%. And then, the Islanders at 22.7%. The Devils have a 1.9% chance of making it, and the Penguins have a 15.1% chance of making it. And then in the West Coast, Minnesota has a 4.3%, and St. Louis has a 3% chance of making it.
I saw a thing, and I totally took it as them truly being eliminated with the Blues, because they lost against San Jose for the second time this year. The only team to lose 2 games, lose twice against San Jose.
Are you serious?
I think so. And they're like, yeah, they're eliminated, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. And I was like, oh no, they're just saying they're eliminated because they can't beat the Sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is really going to be a fucking fun playoff, man.
Damn, ever since Nashville hasn't gotten a point, they've lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
That's I think you said it last week. Like, are they getting hot too soon?
Maybe they're trying to balance it out a little bit.
Cool it down and then reignite it.
Because right now right now they're taking Vancouver first round if the playoffs were to start today.
Oh shit. I guess the Devils and Rangers are going on right now, and they all everybody on the ice dropped their gloves in the opening face-off.
No shit.
Well,
classic hockey. Let's go.
The old went to a fight in a hockey game broke out.
Yep. So, all right, you got anything else, man?
That's it.
All right, episode 269. What are you calling it?
The thing that was running through my mind is Mrazek's stats he should have won every single game, but there's no short enough title for that. What are we going to call it? Damn it, Jarom. Let's see. God damn it.
Spoiler season?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's a good one. Because who's trying to make the playoffs right now? Minnesota coming up. St. Louis coming up. I mean, Nashville, if they're in a playoff spot, but it's a wild card. And then towards the end of the season, LA. LA's got a chance of not making it because they're playing like shit right now. Yeah. So they can root for a few teams.
St. Louis, Nashville, Minnesota. Well, Nashville's good.
You never know. If they keep losing.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, I don't know. I had it.
All right, episode 269, spoiler season. Make sure to follow us on all your favorite podcast feeds, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the big 2. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thumbs up, leave comments about what we're talking about in the episode. Social media at WCB Podcast, DraftKings, promo code THPN. Yeah, we will see you on the next one.
All right. Love you, boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.